Hi, I'm Donna Davis along with Rocco Sinisgalli of Oneida Builders, and we have a very special show for you today, but we are doing the social distancing, so Rocco's coming to you via Skype. Good afternoon, Rocco.
Hey Donna, it's so weird not seeing you. This will be a first for me, but we're just doing what we're supposed to do.
That's right, and you're also, so I know first of all, we'll get to the special incentive that we have for people to take part and ask their questions. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Oh, but first, let's say about the if you email, not email, if you send in a question, the first person that sends in the question will answer it and credit them with a $25 gift card for Amazon.
So that's a big incentive.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you get
it's
to learn a little bit more about remodeling,
sure,
get your question
sure.
answered, and don't be shy.
Yeah. So really the incentive now that we're doing is obviously we're doing all the first time visits via Zoom or Skype. And typically we get a retainer to move forward with drawings when needed. And right now, say we meet with somebody and we go ahead and get the retainer and say we don't start until September, we're going to give them that retainer cash back. Basically just showing the appreciation of working with us now through the pandemic and doing everything via Skype and Zoom. And if they sign the construction agreement, we'll go ahead and give them that cost could be from $1,000 to $2,500. We'll give that actually back to them when we start their project.
That sounds great. And I know
Yeah.
we have a graphic that tells people a little bit about working with having that first time appointment through Skype or
Okay.
Zoom. Maybe we can take a look at that. There we are. So just know that just like we're doing today, Oneida Builders understands, your concerns, and they're just working with you in the best ways possible so that they can meet with you without you feeling like you're having to be around somebody you don't know. So let's go on to how you're using also some pictures from the website. Like sometimes you'll
Yeah.
take people through other people's houses, but in this
Sure.
case, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So tell
So
us a little bit about that.
two things that we're doing. We're actually on let's see, on our social media on Instagram, we are posting a lot of before and after pictures. We're getting a lot of response. So if anybody wants us to include send me their hashtag, and they could see the stuff that is under construction right now. And then we're taking old jobs from 1 year to 15 years old and posting them before and after. So that's something that we can go ahead and include you on. Second thing is the website we're using in our first time interviews, meetings with clients. For instance, I can't see what Alex has got up, but if we were going to do a kitchen, we can go ahead and view the entire gallery of the Oneida kitchens. We normally don't do that on our first appointment, Donna. And
Yeah, and
now,
you and the viewers are able, just so you know, I'm taking them through the galleries and that kind of thing. They can still hear you, but they can see the pictures of
okay,
these beautiful kitchens that you've done.
yeah. So that's really, really helpful because it's almost like a design meeting because then we can see what type of tile they like, what type of cabinets they like. Is it a traditional kitchen? Is it a more modern kitchen? What type of appliances? So, within the first hour or 40, 35 minutes going through the gallery of kitchens, we're making notes as we're designing their kitchen. And at that point of that meeting, there is no cost, Donna. There is no retainer. So it's almost like we're going forward and knowing what they want without any retainer. So kitchens has been big lately. Obviously, people are in their kitchens now and understanding, wow, I might want to go ahead and do a renovation. And of course, cost is coming up. It always came up. So with the financing, maybe that's an option for people. We've got tax returns coming. So it's just however we can serve our clients above and beyond what we normally did.
Yeah, and I think that's such a great way of being able to do it. And are you seeing that people, I will put it this way, I'm so thrilled. Like I know that Oneida Builders did our kitchen and I love it. And I think, I've never been in my home so much. So I have a real desire to really, really like it. And you're
It's
right, people are cooking. I'm cooking at home. I used to always go to restaurants.
we are getting a lot of response from our previous clients. How much we just finished a large renovation right before Christmas, and we're going to go back and do her screen porch in hopefully a month. And she is just ecstatic of the openness and function of her kitchen now that three of her adult children are home. That's the other thing. All the adult children are home from college, and they are using the kitchen. My client, her first name is Robin. Her son was in the kitchen 10:30 last night cooking up a storm, and we did her kitchen 15 years ago. So the other demand is we have a job previous client we did a screen room for, which included plexiglass. So now all the screen rooms that have plexiglass on them now, Donna, are able to enjoy that room in this pollen season, so they can enjoy the outdoors, stop the pollen from coming in. We did a segment on that, I think, last month, Donna, about
Right,
the screen
yeah.
room.
And we can go ahead,
So
Alex, and show some pictures of the outdoor spaces because I think a lot of people are comfortable with their outdoor
yeah,
space right now.
and the other thing is we can take your screen room now that literally is full of pollen, and for probably a 3 to 4 week build out time, we can put the HVAC in, and we could put your plexiglass in, and that room becomes appraised value. Most people don't realize that when you refinance, if your screen room has removable plexiglass and an HVAC, minimum from $40,000 to $80,000 more on your appraisal. Please call your real estate agents, call your appraisers, and confirm what I'm saying is true. I know it is. I'm an investor, and when I invest in a house to sell, I always take the screen room and make it living space to get my appraisal up and get the demand up for that space for a very intrusive cost and a build out time of 3 weeks
And
to
you're
have
right.
a
If
screen
you
room that's climate controlled.
if you don't do that, we build a really nice deck on our house. A
Hmm.
great investment. We enjoy it. We had our house appraised, and the appraiser said you
Yep.
basically get just about nothing for that because
Yeah.
it doesn't
No,
matter how beautiful it is, it's not living space until,
no.
like you said, until you do that and you go the extra mile. So well worth the investment. Okay, so I wanted to ask you about this.
Okay.
You guys are also doing, and I guess this is part of what Oneida's always done, but it's even more important right now that you build out the existing interiors, assembling temporary walls and things like that
Yes.
out of their home before you bring it in. Tell us a little bit
So,
about that.
yes, let me tell you. So, we have had a lot of success with our what we call is the Oneida Process. And the first thing we do is we build a wall separating your living space from our workspace. We put a wall up with 6 mil plastic, and we've been doing this. It's on my 8 week kitchen video, and it's on my 4 week kitchen video. So we've been doing this for the last 15 years, and we put a negative air machine in there to filter the dust. I don't have the knowledge of what that has to do with the pandemic, but just securing our workspace has been standard with Oneida. Now that with the pandemic, it's even more appreciated, I guess, Donna. Separate entrance that we come in. We don't go through the main part of the house. And anywhere that we work in the house, we cover the floors with plastic. So now we're working in people's houses. I have given them the option of, do you want me to finish your project or do you want me to stop? And the 3 major renovations we are working, the people said, please stay and finish my kitchen, finish my bathroom, and finish my basement. So we're working there, and we have 2 new constructions that obviously new construction, we are finishing them. So we're getting great response from our clients. And of course, Donna, the workers are appreciative that, they're as an essential business, they're working and providing for their families and being safe, of course.
And that's, yeah, and it's so great. And I love that you're making your associates feel safe. Tell us a little bit about, oh, I want to go back for 1 second before we talk
Okay.
about the associates and how you're working with them. I really appreciated when Oneida did our kitchen, how you literally blocked off the kitchen with plastic
Yep.
completely so that
Yep.
it really is a construction area. It's away from the home and you don't really have to go in there and worry about anything.
Yeah. And the other thing that we're getting from the ones that we're doing Skype interviews is I'm taking any recommendations that how we can serve them better. That's the first question I say is, what can I do for you now with the challenging times? And whether it's we show more drawings, we do more appointments via Skype, the social distancing for outside, wearing the mask, anything that how we can serve them. We are listening to our clients and implementing them on a daily basis. We have 3 employees. One's in the field. One is my admin, and she has elected to work here. The estimator is elected to work from home, so we're getting anybody the option to work from home or the office. So, just understanding the needs and demands of our employees.
Yes, and I think that's very considerate, and I think people always want to know that your employees feel like they're safe too. So, Rocco,
Yeah.
we do have a question,
Okay.
and this comes from, I'm not sure this is CHR Dawn. We want to renovate, but with the kids in the house and banks being slammed with work, variable timing to start would be critically necessary. Tell us what your thoughts are with that.
Yeah. So if it was a kitchen, you broke up. It was a kitchen, Donna?
He doesn't say. He just says we want to renovate, but with the kids, or she
Oh, the
says,
kids.
yeah, with the kids in the house and banks being slammed with work,
Right.
they would need your company to be real flexible with when you got started, I guess.
Yeah. So we could go ahead and do the planning process remotely, drawings remotely, and we could put them down for July, August, September, whatever they feel comfortable with is fine with me. And if it is a kitchen, obviously cabinets, tile, all of the products, Donna, that we rely on coming in on time is we would wait until the products are at their house or in our storage area, and then I can control the labor. My plumbers, my electricians, my steel workers, my painters, all the people that would have been with us from a minimum of 5 years up to 24 years, we know that they are going to come to work when we need them. So that eliminates any major downtime. Basically, being more efficient, I guess, is really what's happening, is being more efficient, starting the projects not until the design is finalized and materials are on site or in our warehouse.
Well, as somebody who's worked with Oneida when there was not a pandemic, I've never seen such efficiency and
Yeah,
communication. So
yeah,
having all those systems and processes already in place can
sure.
help you adapt to this so quickly. And I can definitely say
Yeah.
that you guys have that down. The other thing I did want to go to is, what are you seeing? What kind of projects are people mostly wanting to do? Is it outdoor or is
No,
there just as many indoor? What kind of things?
yeah. I mean, we have on the books right now. They wanted me to start, but we have to wait for cabinets. A full first floor kitchen, which includes a steel beam. Basically, on my 8-week kitchen video, we installed a steel beam to open up these Dunwoody houses. So this is a Dunwoody home, and they wanted me to start, and cabinets are literally being delivered to the warehouse this week. So once after May 1st, we're probably going to start that one. So that's a full kitchen, first floor. The second one is 2 bathrooms. The 2 bathrooms are in Peachtree Corners. They're working closely with the designer. And on this one, we're going to have the materials because it's 2 bathrooms, tile delivered to their site, inspected, plumbing fixtures delivered to their site and inspected, and cabinets delivered to their site and inspected prior to starting. So we think that's going to be another middle of May. And then the other projects range from an entire first floor renovation We have 2 major basements, and basements are really, really great because we are not even in their living space. We lock the top door. We don't ever go upstairs. We put a bathroom either in the basement, so we don't have to use their bathroom. So basically, basements, kitchens, and bathrooms, as of right now, that's what we're working on right now. The scope of work has stayed the same. We have one client that is moving back to their house from Tennessee, and they have minimized their scope just because of the times. So they're just doing what they feel is important and what they need right now.
Okay, so I'm showing some of the basement pictures because
Okay.
you bring up such a great point. I thought about the outdoor, that people might be, just fine with outdoor, but basements are another great thing because
Yeah.
most of them have their own entrance. They're completely away
Yes.
from everything. So a great time to do a basement remodel.
Yes.
The other thing that I did want to ask you about is supply chains. How are you able to get things, is it difficult sometimes to get things out of China or different, how's the supply chain? How is all
Yeah.
of this affecting it?
I could only say what we supply chain. Everything that we have is produced here in the state. Our cabinets, one line comes from Kentucky, but everything else is here. So we don't have anything coming from overseas, and the projects that we have done or we have under construction. So nothing that I have had any issue. Our steel beams, Cleveland Steel is in Cleveland, Georgia, and he has all his steel products and his labor is there. So nothing from overseas that for me. And in new construction, the same thing. We haven't had any delays. We just did a full landscaping package, Donna. Trees, sod, everything, mulch was all locally bought and installed. So that's kind of what's happening with Oneida.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have heard from other companies that there are some issues
Yeah.
with supply chain, but good to know that you
Mhm.
guys are not doing that. Let's talk just a little bit more about financing because, as you mentioned,
Mhm.
rebate checks refund
Yes.
checks are coming in, some
Mhm.
stimulus money is coming in,
Yep.
but, and we all know that the economy is going to come back. But,
Absolutely.
cash flow may be an issue. So let's talk a little bit more about Oneida's specific financing options.
Yeah, and it's geared towards the client. It's an outside company, Medallion Bank, and they do an application. They can do it over the phone. They can do it on your iPad. It's all confidential, and within sometimes 15 or 20 minutes, they can verify what type of finance they can offer you. But it's very affordable, and that's something that's individualized with each client and more personalized. But it is a Medallion Bank. It's not through Oneida. It's an outside service that we use, and that's kind of how it's going with that. And they have programs 6 months no interest. They have 10 years out, but just a variety of accommodations depending on the demand for the client.
So that's good to know. You've made it so easy for people to be able to work with you. And what would you say has been most of your clients' reaction to all these changes, like to meet via Zoom, to look at the pictures on the website? What's their reaction to all this?
I just think it's very comfortable and efficient. And with their children at home, a lot of times the children are in school. And, my children are grown right now. My youngest is 15. My oldest is 22. I've been there. And it's great to see the kids in the background. And they'll say, excuse me for a minute. I need to get I need to get them lunch. And they'll go get them lunch and we'll just wait patiently. So the other thing is, if I'm not going to their house, it's more efficient for me. So if I have a 12 o'clock appointment, I don't have to leave at 11:15. I can jump on at 12 o'clock. So it's more efficient. And even after this is something that we might do on our first appointments, just for saving time and efficiency. And I think that's really what's happening in my business, is just being more efficient for the first time appointments via Zoom or Skype. Just very interesting and learning every day how do you run your business more efficiently and cater to the demands of your clients.
Hey, if you like what you saw, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.